Imagine this. It's been over a week since the last update, and there's still no word on when the next one might drop. I'll be honest, that kind of silence worries me a bit because every day I'm noticing a dip in the game's activity. Just a week ago, we were consistently seeing 200,000 to 300,000 players online, and now we're barely holding 160,000. That's a big drop. And yeah, it's clearly tied to the lack of updates. With no fixed 2-week schedule anymore, we're stuck waiting on dev announcements or the occasional post from Rico Miller. And look, we've seen it happen before. When updates slow to a crawl, the game struggles. Sure, the devs have said that updates will be higher quality and more refined now. And I totally believe that. But let's be real, the more frequent the updates, the more players stick around. That's just how it works. Look at games like Grow a Garden or Steal a Brain Rot. They pump out updates nearly every week, and their player counts are still through the roof. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think Dead Rails is dying, not at all. But I do think that with this new whenever it's ready approach, we'll see fewer updates, and that could mean a steadily shrinking player base. And that's something I don't want to see happen. So instead of sitting here and complaining about it, I figured I'd do what I do best. Share some of the coolest update concepts I've seen, and give the devs something to consider. As usual, most of these come straight from the official Dead Rails Discord, where ideas are constantly being tossed around by players who genuinely care. So before we dive in, do me a quick favor. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, hit that subscribe button and stick around to the end. I really want to hear what your favorite idea is and which one you'd love to see in the next update. Oh, and yeah, just to be super clear, none of this is confirmed or leaked content. These are just community ideas and concepts, so treat them as such. Alright, let's get into it. First idea, snow weather in the desert. Yep, I said it, I can already hear the comments. But it's the Mexican border. There's no snow there. And to that I say, this is a game where zombies attack us, unicorns exist, and there's literally a UFO. I think we can let it slide. It's purely for fun and would be super rare. I'm talking a 0.05% chance for snow to spawn in a run. When it does happen though, it changes everything. The train tracks become icy, giving your train a 2x speed boost. You can scoop up snow to craft snowballs and stack them into massive snow boulders, big enough to bowl over zombies. Some random houses might even spawn a rare item, the snowball gun. It uses snow for ammo, so you basically have infinite shots as long as you keep collecting snow. It deals about as much damage as a crossbow, but slows down enemies too, making it super useful for crowd control. Alright, next concept. Endless track mode. This unlocks after you get your first win. The idea is simple. There's no finish line. Just see how far you can go. It becomes a test of endurance and skill. In this mode, classes might get rebalanced. For example, the Ironclad could lose its speed penalty while still being unable to sprint. Or the President could spawn its soldier not by dying, but when hitting low health. Guns and ammo become more rare and expensive, and landmarks like Tesla's lab only appear once, if at all. Why bother? Well, for every 10,000 kilometers you travel, you earn 1 or 2 bonds after you die. It's a grindy, high-stakes mode, perfect for veterans. Next up, a lobby rework and NPC system, again from Elysium. NPCs could be hired using bonds. If they survive a full run, they'll show up in your next game, until they die. Also, new stores. The game would feature several specialized shops in the lobby area where players could spend bonds. At the mining store, you'd be able to pick up a pickaxe for 1 bond, dynamite for 2 bonds, a miner helmet for 2 bonds, or even hire a miner to help you for 5 bonds. The sheriff's office would offer the ability to hire a sheriff for 10 bonds. Over at the soldiers' camp, you could grab a bolt-action rifle for 4 bonds, a navy revolver for 3 bonds, or hire a soldier for 20 bonds. Finally, the church store would sell holy water for 3 bonds, a crucifix for 2, and let you hire a priest for 10 bonds. NPC details. The sheriff follows you around, fights any outlaws you come across, and can store them in a sack to trade for cash. The conductor helps by driving the train and follows your commands to stop or go. The soldier acts like the safe zone soldier, but actually sticks with you during runs. The priest supports with holy water and a crucifix in combat, offering useful crowd control. And the doctor is your lifesaver. If your HP drops below 30, he heals you up to full. It's a full support system, and honestly adds a lot of life to the lobby and beyond. Next, new structure, St. Aldrich's Hospital. A creepy, plague-ridden hospital used for zombie virus experiments. The place is sealed, overrun, and filled with lore. Enemies include the enemies you'll face inside St. Aldrich's Hospital are both horrifying and unique. The Black Death brutes slam into the ground and explode into swarms of rats. Cholera spewers vomit acid and charge at players, while typhoid stalkers creep around semi-invisible and invert your controls with spores. TB sirens emit sonic coughs that drain your stamina. Surgeon ghouls lash out when they hear noise, and janitor crawlers hide under beds waiting to ambush. Patient Zero acts as a lurking mini-boss near the vault area. But the true threat is the Grand Curator. He injected himself with every virus strain and mutates with each health phase, becoming more dangerous the longer he survives. The layout is massive with puzzles, locked vaults, and lore rooms. Rewards include bonds, experimental items, and unique loot, with Patient Zero worth $50 and Grand Curator worth $150. And of course, one more class, the Redneck Midwestern dude. He costs 125 bonds and starts off with a shotgun, 3 boxes of ammo, 4 metal sheets, 4 barbed wires, and 1 bottle of a random liquid. His perks make him an absolute menace with a shotgun. He deals 2.5 times more pellet damage and can switch between slug shells and firework shells on the fly. What makes him even more unique is that he can drink literally any liquid in the game, with each one giving different effects. Examples: water heals for 5%, while milk gives a 50% heal and adds regeneration. Drinking unicorn blood gives you a full heal and 2 seconds of immunity, and angel tears boost your max HP to 200%. While also increasing speed. But be careful. Devil tears will burn you to death. Downsides: you walk slower than usual, have terrible accuracy with anything except shotguns, and need to drink regularly or you'll die of thirst. The character wears a red fur cap and has face paint. That wraps up today's video packed with concepts. Now it's your turn to chime in. Which idea was your favorite? Was it the Redneck Clash, the Snowstorm Chaos, or maybe the Cursed Hospital with the Plague Monsters? I'd love to know what you think, and even more, I want to hear your own update ideas in the comments. Maybe, just maybe, a dev is out there watching and taking notes. We've seen some of these community concepts end up in the game before, so never say never. If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you. It means a lot. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We're pushing toward 20,000, and your support helps more than you know. The more we grow, the louder our voices get, and the better chance we have to shape this game we all love. Until next time, stay safe out there and keep the ideas coming.